We are live streaming, so be on your best behavior. Talking to myself. We're live streaming today, so if you don't catch all of this or catching it late or whatever the case is, thank you for being here. In any case, it is available everywhere. I think that I am available. So YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, like all the things. So welcome to our weekly AI leadership call for our I Love AI community. This is a chance for us to come together for me to share with you what I'm learning, give you an update on all things that are happening in the Innovation Nation universe. Lots of cool things that have happened this week, both from a product side and kind of things that have come to market, as well as from like a Noelle side. So I can't wait to tell you about that. It's also a chance to ask questions. So there is a Q&A section for those of you who have made it into the Zoom today. You have an opportunity right down below to hit the Q&A and actually ask any question you'd like as we go through this. Also, no one knows you are here unless you tell them you are here. So if you are here live in the chat, just say hello so people know, like, hey, it's Noelle. So say hi. Feel free to share your LinkedIn. If you're on LinkedIn, of course, we'll know you because you commented on LinkedIn. But if you're not, if you're here in the Zoom, feel free to say hi to everybody. Great to see you, Andrea. Thank you for joining us. So awesome. And so I won't call you out unless you actually say that you are here, because I don't, you might not want your boss to know that you're watching this right now. So I'm not going to call you out. But it's really great to have you all. Lots and lots of people here today. So again, lots of people just joined. So don't forget, what's up, Tony? What's up, Lucy? Awesome. Kirk's in the house. What? Great to see you, Kirk. And thank you for starting the LinkedIn Bonanza. I always like to encourage you, especially that's why we do these Zooms, so you actually can share contacts, you can connect with people. It's as much about kind of learning through osmosis of my experience and the work that I get to do every day, but just as much about realizing that you are not alone on this journey. And there are tons of people that are learning AI right along with you. Some people are ahead of you, some people are even behind you. So you have an opportunity not only to be inspired by those who are a few steps ahead, but also be inspiring to those who are trying to figure this out and they aren't where you are yet. So really cool opportunity to do that. Please feel free to connect. If you see a bunch of LinkedIn links in our Zoom chat, what I encourage you to do is just click on all of them. It'll open up new windows and just go to them at the end and actually take some time to learn about each other. Like, don't just connect and then never like forget who you connected with. Like, go to their profile, check it out, find out where they go to school. Did they go to school? What was their first job? Like, do you have any companies in common? Do you have any contacts in common? You'd be surprised, how closely connected we are, especially in the world of AI. And that only gets better and better every single week. So we are on the hunt for 1,400 members of our community. I am very careful about who I let in. I've only I don't know if Mauricio's in the house. What's up? Good to see you, Nan. Thank you so much for all of you. I say this because I remember seeing Nan last night and I was so excited. I just yelled it out on the podcast. But thank you so much for all of you who joined. CBB Nation joined up with Innovation Nation. We got together and it was so fun. We did a podcast with the Chatbot Builder team last night with Ryan. It was amazing. So really, really fun and awesome. So thank you all for being here. Let's see, make sure I don't call out somebody that didn't want to be known. But it's great to see you all. Oh, there's Joe. What's up, Joe? Amazing. Ooh, cool. What? Awesome. I love it. Are you going to throw one of the lead magnets that you generated with AI into our chat so we can go check it out? And also, if you're up for it next week, maybe you can share with us what you did. Maybe if you want. I don't know. Sometimes it's secret sauce. But if it's not, we'd love to have you share that with us. No, that's cool. Yeah, Nationwide. What? I love Nationwide. Yeah, I get to meet up with the Nationwide crew every year at Data Connect, which is one of the best conferences I enjoy going to. It's in the middle of the country. It's in Columbus, Ohio. It's super fun. Now I don't know what's happening because women in analytics created Women in Analytics Conference, which I keynoted. Then they turned it into Data Connect, which I also keynoted. And now they've combined forces with Women in Data Science, WIDS. So I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen this year, but I'll be there most likely. If I'm not in another country, I will be in Columbus. But yeah, it is a really small world. That's so cool. I love it. This is why we get to know each other because you never No, you never know. So awesome. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to the I Love AI call. I'm so excited to share with you the things that I'm learning. So let's get started with some of the news this week in the world of Noelle. I, of course, talked to you all on Monday and shared with you the glory that is my beautiful medals. Um, I don't keep them around forever. I just look at them for a week or so, and then they go up in my bathroom. I have light fixtures that have like a hook on them anyway. And so I hang all my medals on these hooks. So every morning when I go in there, I'm like, "Ah, I'm a rock star." So the little things we do. Um, but that being said, yeah, so I finished the weekend, got to talk to you all on Monday. That day, I don't know if it had happened on that day, but that day or later that day, or maybe it was Tuesday morning. I think it was Tuesday morning. I woke up to find out that I had been named the number one thought leader and influencer in agentic AI by Thinkers 360. And that was a surprise. Not only that, I went in and looked at my ranking and I got like a 100% ranking. And the next person was like at a 65. And I was just like, yes, it works. I do crazy things. I am constantly on the go. I get on stages, do podcasts, write articles, build ebooks like non-stop. And this moment when they're like, you got the number one spot on this 50-person leaderboard, I was like, it was all worth it. So I know y'all can relate. It's so exciting, so amazing. But the reason I love that is that it allows me, and this is why I tell all of you, becoming a thought leader, like creating a brand, letting the world know you exist is so critical because it serves as fuel to all the other things that you're doing. So now that I am on this, and a few of my friends are also on this list, and whether you're 1 or 50, you get to say you are a top 50 thought leader. In my case, I get to say I'm a top 10 and now even a number one, right? I started in the top 25, which honestly, when I got the top 25 nomination, I was like, really? What are the 24 other people? Like, what are they doing? Don't laugh or judge. Like, that's what I thought. So I was like, well, whatever they're doing, I need to do more. And so that's kind of what spurred. And then a couple weeks or maybe a month later, I got into the top 10. And so I was on the hunt for this, just so you know, like intentionality means something. So I was like, I am knocking this leaderboard out. I'm going to be number one. And so I started doing, like I said, blogs, podcasts, ebooks, stages, like anything I could do to talk about my vision of the world with agentic AI, which is really, I said it last night, it's an evolution, not a revolution, right? I've been doing this a long time, over 10 years. I understand like what I did 10 years ago is not super far from what I do today in the world of agentic AI. We're calling it agentic, but it really is an evolution of a matrix of skills that I've acquired over the last 10 years. And it's literally what brought me to building a community where we could all share the skills that we're learning. Because you need to know a bunch of things. You can't just learn how to build an agent. Like, while that's helpful, you actually need to understand like cloud and infrastructure and data and governance and responsible AI, like all of this matrix of skills. And if you can't or don't have all of that in your brain at one time, the next best thing is to have people in your network, in your community that you can call on to support you. And so that's exactly why I created this community. And I'm so glad that you all are here. What's up, everybody? Awesome. Afwa's in the house. It's amazing. Oh, cool. All right, awesome. So you all have to go check out Joe's AI generated thing. Oh, you already put it in our community. I haven't been in there. I was been on calls today, but I'll go and take a look at it. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Amazing. Oh, what's up, Shar? So good to see you all. So that was Monday, right? Like I get number one. I'm like, this is amazing. I just ran a marathon. Now I'm number one. Well, on Tuesday, I end up going to a conference called Horizons, AI Horizons, for a communications and marketing event run by Reagan Communications. I loved it. They were my people. Like they understood my storytelling. Like they got all my jokes. It was really good event. So exciting. And then later that day, I was given the recognition of being one of the top 30 AI influencers to follow with an organization known as PEX or PEX process experience. So basically process design, process excellence, process like automation before automation was cool. Like they are the process people. And so I am a big fan of operational excellence and process definition and systems development, systems thinking. And so it was really amazing to get that nod from them to be honored. I've actually recently got, I won't steal my own thunder, but I just got nominated for another award. It's not really an award, it's like a recognition, right? Like, hey, Noelle, we see you. And not to get emotional, but like it's cool to be seen, right? And I want this for every single one of you. And it doesn't take much, but it does take the courage to actually tell people what you do and say it out loud and show up on a YouTube video or do a LinkedIn post consistently over time. That is the game. Like it's not enough to do one. You have to do it consistently where people are like, "Oh, it's Noelle again." Like that's the vibe that I'm trying to like, "Oh, there's Noelle. Oh my gosh, Noelle's everywhere." That is what I'm trying to do so that when somebody's thinking to themselves, who should we list on? Like one of my favorites was top 10 people you should have at your AI event. And I was listed number one. This was last year, but I was listed number one. But the next person was Andrew Ng. And I know, as much as you all know, that that's probably not right. Right? Like, I'm like, wait. Let's be real here. But for a minute, I was like, and the reason that happened was just sheer awareness. I found out later that that person who wrote that article had just seen me at an event, thought I did amazing. Like it was just awareness. I was top of mind and therefore made the top of their list. And so I encourage you now, granted, I do know I do a good job. I love what I do. I am passionate about the work I do. That, of course, needs to be at the core. I think that's true for everyone, every name I see in this Zoom. Like you all are like, that's why you're here. Like, we are among people. We are ambitious. We're like, we strive for excellence. We do what we do very well. But it's nice when somebody's like, you're the best. Like, that's nice. So, I want to encourage you to put yourself out there and let people see your greatness. And AI can help. Joe just showed it. You can use AI to help get what you think, how you think, your frameworks, your ideas into the world so people know what you do, how you do it. This will help you either get a job or get a client in either case. So just don't underestimate the value of getting your ideas into the world and use AI to help amplify that. As a matter of fact, we just finished our AI leadership call for the members of the AI Leadership Institute. And I never know what I'm going to talk to them about. So last week, we ended up creating a new Maven course, which I told you about, or I think I told some of you about. Hold on. So we created a new Maven course. So that course is coming out. It's called Agentic AI for Beginners. We are almost done with the landing page, so we'll be launching that tomorrow. You'll see that come out in emails on school. So turn go look for it. It'll be great. But we're building a Maven class. It's a 5-week course on Agentic AI for Beginners. So anyone, if you've never built an Agentic AI system, and it goes from like idea to execution. So there's a lot of depth in there, but it's project driven. We do Q&A sessions every Saturday. It'll be really fun. So I'm looking forward to you all joining us for that. There'll be codes for those of you. I mean, for anyone in the AI Leadership Institute as a member, you get to attend for free, but there'll be codes for those of you, especially I Love AI people. You'll be able to support one of your AI leadership member friends and actually get a 50% off coupon when you go through one of their links. So I'm excited for that. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. And it's not expensive. It's like $200, $100 with the coupon. Like it'll be a 5-week course. You're going to get a certification. Like it's a very good deal. Our hope is to make it accessible to everyone so everyone gets this primer on agentic AI and realizes that yes, there's some technical skill set needed, but you can acquire that skill set over time. And that time frame is probably much shorter than you think. And so that's why we're doing it. Next Saturday, we'll be hosting a what's it called? Lightning session on Maven. So keep an eye out for that. I'll also be sending you an email for that so you all see it. But all of this came out of an idea we just had. So I think it's really, I love it. I love getting ideas. I love being in a group of people that are willing to jump on board and execute it with me, just for the sheer benefit of doing important work for people and helping people learn this technology. And none of us, I mean, I would definitely call myself an expert in this. I've deployed production models. Like I've done this for a living, but not everybody has to be. Like, in order to help the world learn AI, you just have to be willing to share what you're learning along the way. There are a bunch of people behind you trying to figure it out. And so that's why I really focus on this ability to become a thought leader. So that was really nice. I got two thought leader nods this week. So thank you for celebrating with me and allowing me to share that with you. So let's get to some of the cool stuff that's happened in AI now. This is of course I did go and I spoke on Wednesday. I spoke in Nashville. I love Nashville. I'll be back there again in like a few weeks. So and then yesterday was the podcast, which many of you joined me for. So thank you for all of that. It's been a great week so far. But things that have also happened this week that are not related to Noelle or the AI Leadership Institute is our ability to leverage new models. So a couple new big model announcements came out. One, ChatGPT 4.5 came out. I'll just say that it came out. That's great. Good. I'm a little bit more excited. I love Sam Altman's like work. I love OpenAI. It's awesome. But I've been very interested in what has happened with Claude. So the latest version of Claude 3.7, I've had more time with, mind you, because ChatGPT just happened. I've had more time with Claude 3.7, and so I want to demonstrate to you a few of the models that I'm using, including the new Claude 3.7 model. But then I'm also going to include talk to you about some of the other models that have gotten updates that maybe have fallen off your radar, and encourage you to use those as well. Yes, awesome. What? Neat. I love that. Okay, cool. I'm just reading Joe's comments. Um, that's funny. I know, right? Right. I know. Joe, I'm telling you, meh is exactly like I was like, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, kind of. Anyway, but this is how it's gonna be, right? We're so desensitized to new model deployments that like, I don't know. Like, why with all of this? But it'll keep getting better. They'll keep doing cool things. But and this is something that a bunch of us have talked about over time. Let me see if I can see. I want to just make sure I see everybody on here. And what's up? Okay, so if you have not commented in the chat, I don't know you're here. So say hi. And I mean, I know you're here, but I don't want to call your name out unless you're allowed to be here. So definitely, what's up? Okay, cool. So I definitely don't want to overstate. Good. So just make sure you write your name like, hey, it's Noelle. So that way I don't accident. Yay, thanks, Tara. Because I was like, Tara's here. And then I was like, oh, I better not say something. I just don't want to get y'all in trouble where your boss is like, what were you doing on a Zoom call? I'm just kidding. But I do want to respect your privacy if you do not want me to yell you out. That's what our chat is all about. So thank you all for being here. Yeah, so let me show you really quick. Like I said, there's lots of models, lots of changes, lots of updates across products. So I'm going to give you the updates that have impacted the work I do every day in growing the AI Leadership Institute. And there's so many cool things that the AI Leadership Institute is doing right now. So I will share with you that as well. Now, one thing before, as I share my screen, we are going to be doing, I had to move because a podcast became available last night with Ryan at Chatbot Builder. Super awesome. If you haven't seen that podcast from last night, it was very exciting, very like energetic. It was just like all super fun. So go check that out. We talked a lot about like the history of conversational AI and building apps for Alexa, and then how we kind of came to where we are now. So really cool. So take a look at that. Um, but one of the things, like even their platform has changed significantly, so much so that I can't use the recording that we did in studio like 2 months ago. So I have to like re-record it. Oh well. All right, let me see here. Oh yeah, share. So I want to just show you a couple of these tools. I'm going to start in our community. There we are. So don't forget all of our community calls and our community events for the free community, the I Love AI community, are always on the calendar. Always use the link that's in this calendar. Don't bookmark it, don't save it, because if something happens to the link, I go here to change it first. So this is the best way. So let me go up and share with you the first thing. I actually tried to orchestrate this a little bit. Oh yeah, some news. How many of you have heard about the humane AI pin? I think I already like threw it in a drawer, like junk. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even know what I did with it. Like, it's so sad. Anyone hear about it? Oh goodness, it's so sad. So I just convinced someone to buy this pin just 2 weeks ago. I don't even have it. Like this. Oh no, there it is. There it is. All right. So this is the Humane AI pin. I don't know how many of you know it. You could see it there on her jacket. The Humane AI pin basically has a booster. In this is a local model that allows you to do some low-level search, but then it connects to the cloud to connect to a ChatGPT type model. You could ask it things. What I loved about it is that it combined computer vision with conversational AI so that I could talk to it. There's a camera, and it would allow me to look at things. I could say, where am I? And it would use computer vision to detect where I was. I loved it. I found out like they had a rough start. I don't know how many of you remember the start that this pin had, but they went to market too early. They didn't do enough testing. There was no AI red team. So when we got it, and granted, they said it was beta, but I remember you could see my YouTube, my Instagram reels on this. I had like 7 days with the first 7 days of my human AI pin experience. And the first day I go to use it and I'm recording myself and like it starts and then it lights up, the light turns red and it says overheating, shutting down. And I'm like, is this thing gonna self-destruct on my like on my person? Like what is going on? Anyway, they fixed it almost immediately. Like 2 days later, they released an over-the-air update. It started getting better, it got better and better and better. I actually love it. And but that damage that was done in going to market early and people like being like, what do you mean? Like you're about to self-destruct, right? Like what is going on? That damage forced them into having kind of acquisition conversations. And so they ended up talking to HP. I personally thought HP might buy it and continue the mission. They instead are doing, I think it's like, do y'all remember the movie? Some of you do, Pretty Woman, where the guy in that movie, Richard Gere, his character, his job was to like buy companies and like scrap them for parts. So that's literally what has happened according to this press release is that HP will not be like there, you could see they are in a definitive agreement to acquire key AI capabilities from Humane. Which means they're not taking Humane, they're not taking the device, they're not taking us as customers. They're going to scrap it for parts. If you read the press release, it will say in it something like, we're going to get the workers, the intellectual property, we get 300 patents and patent applications, which means it's dead. So that's kind of sad. I'm a little bit sad about it. I just think it's really good though as a lesson, right? Wow is right. Um, so I think it's important for us to realize they built a device, they launched at CES, they went to market, they got customers. This device was not cheap. It was like $400, $600 somewhere in there. They got a bunch of us using it, and then they failed. And then they sold it. I think they sold it for $116 million. I say this to you because I would be happy to fail at $116 million. I'm happy to take that failure, like right on the chin. Like you can knock me out with 116 million anytime. Right. So just, I think it's cool. Like this team built this product. They tried it. It didn't quite work, but the bones were good. And so they got a company to buy the bones and now they're off to the next thing. So, right. Who knows? Who knows what this team will build next, honestly. 100%. Oh my gosh, that would be cool. But see, somebody will do that. Even better. Yes, teleporter. What? I mean, could you imagine like the Star Trek AI pin? So Joe is saying in the comments for those of you listening live, like you create an AI pin that instead of looks like this, which would have been a really good idea, by the way, would look like a Star Trek pin. And but imagine you combine that with like an Oculus or the new visor and you get the holodeck. Like we're here. The tech is available. This is possible. Um, I do find though that good tech dies a slow or fast death almost always based on go to market. How do you go to market? How do you get customers to adopt what you're doing? How do you get people to listen and do what you tell them? Like all of that persuasion, sales, marketing, like all of that. And it's the usually in these tech startups, it's their least powerful skill set. Like it's the thing they do the least of, know the least about. Um, and it's obvious. Like I said, it's not about a mistake. Like it's not a mistake if you make 116 million and that's you're not in debt for 160 million or 150 million. If you're not in debt and you're taking that and you're, walking away, like that's not terrible. Um, let me see here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they will reintroduce another version. I don't know. I mean, they're giving away their patents, so these guys won't. Maybe we were talking about someone else, but yeah, I don't think this company will have to go do something else. But they easily could, right? In a world where AI can build anything, the burden is on us to have good ideas to build. So that's why I like this story. Like, I'm sad because I'm a user and I spent money and I don't like this is $600 I'll never see again. That's kind of sad. Like I would have bought something else. um, I buy these things all the time. I'm still on. How many of you are limitless people? Like, so I have limitless. I'll go show you that. I'm hoping it doesn't go the same direction. Devices are hard though. So I use limitless AI. Um, and oh yeah, I'm already in. So I'm a member, so I have a different screen, but this is what you would see if you go. But you can order this pendant. It sits on and listens to all the things that you say. You can, like what are the top three things that happened today that I need to follow up on based on all the conversations you had that day? Like what this will change my life when it launches. Like change my life. Um, but let's see. I'm trying to see if there's yeah, so you can see you could see here. So when I first bought mine, which I'm on order for, when I first bought it, I mean it's 99 bucks. Okay. So I bought it for $99. I think it said Q3 and then Q4. Now we're in Q1. Maybe I'll see it. Maybe I won't. I decided now, if you want this, if you want to buy it, buy a black one. Black ones are shipping first. I didn't know that. So I bought I don't even know the color. Like, I don't know. Effervescence, I think they called it. It's like a weird color. Oh, maybe we even have examples of different colors. Or maybe they changed them all to black. I don't know. We go to order. Um, yeah, interesting. Huh, maybe they only sell black now. See, lesson learned. Don't provide more colors until you get. Remember, oh my gosh, like Ford, right? When he was selling cars back in the day, you can get any color you want as long as it's black. Don't overcomplicate things in the beginning. People learn these lessons all the time. So anyway, cool. So I like devices. Okay, I'm gonna show you my other favorite device. This is just Noelle ranting about cool devices that are out there these days. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Sherry's talking about advanced age tech. As a matter of fact, I'm being considered for AARP's Age Tech Conference, Sherry. So we should talk, collaborate. I haven't gotten it yet, so fingers crossed. But if I do, I would love to collaborate with you on that. But Sherry, for those of you not in the Zoom and can't see her chat, was talking about, yeah, that she's always in the car because she's driving around helping 82-year-olds, 60, 72-year-olds figure out this technology and leverage it. But all of these devices become extremely valuable. Oh my gosh, I have to share with you. I almost posted it. I was going to show you something else, but I'm going to show you this first. I don't know. Will this work? No. That used to work. There we go. Meet the new Alexa. What? Isn't this awesome? Okay, I'm just gonna play it. You don't have to hear it. I don't know if you can hear it because I don't think it's a good song. Right? This is the new. I don't know. If you can you hear this? Someone tell me no if you can't hear like the audio from this. It's okay if you can't. I just don't want to talk over it. Oh, good. Okay, good. So what you're looking at right here, and I'm actually gonna just mute it so I'm not distracted. Um, But like it's the new Alexa. The new Alexa is leveraging the Anthropic model, which broke a lot of hearts in the beginning, but now it's like super awesome. They're talking about agentic AI. So you're going to ask Alexa to do something like schedule you a vacation, and then it's going to find you restaurants to go to and figure out, how to make everyone in your party happy. And like, would you like me to book a catamaran for you? Right? You can plan vacations. In this case, it's like, what was the part I was looking for? Like, it's just so this is the dream. I've seen these dreams before. Um, right? Like this is the dream. This video is not like based on reality. We haven't seen this work, but this is the dream that we have a single unified UX voice UX that I can talk to that will then invoke AI activity to happen on my behalf to make my life better. That's the promise of Alexa Plus. If you are a Prime member, you get it automatically. Most of us are Prime. I think they've got a billion Prime people. But if you're not a Prime member, you'd have to pay $20 a month, just like every other AI large language model system. So it's pretty cool. I'm excited for that. So that's coming soon. Needless to say, I am already on the wait list, waiting patiently, excitedly for this technology. I know, right? It's easy to do. Most people scrap their Alexas. I shouldn't say that. 33% of Alexa owners have unplugged them and put them in a closet. But it's going to be a new age. So I'd encourage you to think about it. One thing that is really cool, and I know, Sherry, you can't watch, but maybe you can go watch the replay so you can see what I'm talking about. But there are new devices coming to Alexa that are going to be Alexa Plus friendly, which means that they're bigger. They allow you to, if you're going to ask it to plan your day and execute a bunch of different processes, they need a bigger screen. So there's a new Echo Show 21-inch. My dad, for example, that's why I mentioned it for Sherry. My dad, he has one of the portals that Alexa launched in combination with Meta. But now instead of that, we're going to get him one of these 21-inch ones, and it's just prettier. The echo cancellation, all that stuff. Like it's really cool. I'm excited for it. Yeah, I know. I'll let you know though. Sure. Don't do it in the, you could see through my eyes how it's working and then decide if you want to do that. Yeah, I mean, I have this Alexa device. They might have put the dates, but I'd have to put on glasses to read it on the bottom of this. Oh, what? Model number. Anyway, I can't tell. But this is an old one, right? Like it's like one of the earliest. It's not the earliest. I have a whole bunch of old devices, Alexa devices in my bookcase over there, but it's on mute right now because I talk about Alexa all the time and I don't need it telling me what to do. So, but yeah, I think it's a good like evolution. It's exciting. Other areas on Amazon that uses AI all the time is Rufus. I don't know if you know that, but Rufus is like Astro. It's basically your shopping companion, can help you find things, uses computer vision. I use it all the time where I break something or want to find something and I have something similar. I take a picture of it and I use it to analyze. I often do this with things in my fridge that I like sauces or things in my pantry, spices. I just either scan the barcode or take a picture of it, like leveraging artificial intelligence to aid in my contextual need for things. I'm all for that. And that's exactly the promise. Like I said, it's a promise. We'll see what happens. Oh no. All right, so so we did the Humane AI pin. Let's go ahead and take a look at Claude. So this is new, Claude 3.7 Sonnet. It is very cool. I decided to go ahead and grab a prompt for you. I'm going to make it bigger so you can see it if you all are on a device. All right, so we're going to create a single file. Now the reason I'm showing you this is because I do this all the time. Let me give you some examples. If you go to AIleadershipinstitute.com and you type in on the back end of that, like ROI, I think. So notice here on the screen, you see an ROI calculator. So the way I built this ROI calculator is that I built it with an AI system. I said, I would like to calculate the ROI of an AI project based on these things: labor savings, cost reduction, revenue impact, and the cost of implementation. I'm going to just load the sample so you can see what it does. But when I load the sample, it then says, okay, based on 50 hours, based on these numbers, here's what you're going to get: an ROI of 48%. Now, the idea is that you get a total annual benefit of $75,000. Or 74. My product is $75,000. So it serves me well, right? Like I could go in and be like, hey, you can make back your investment on building this thing with these numbers alone. And so this was exactly what I'm about to show you. It's not the same prompt, but I said, build me in a single CSS implementation of a calculator. This used to be hard. It would take me days of dedicated effort, of which I have none. In this case, it took me about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. And I played around with it a little bit. I don't really love the formatting, but done is better than perfect, my friends. And this is done. So I love it. Okay. So that being said, let's go back to Claude. So Claude 3.7 has increased its capability in building out code, though I have used it to build code in the past and it's been pretty good. If it didn't work, I would just ask it to do better. So you can see like shining rays, bright background, Uh, I'm actually going to use this to create weather condition cards, right? So I wanted to create a weather card just like you would see on your phone if you went to like the weather app on your iPhone or whatever. Um, I'm going to ask it to do that. It's going to show all the weather cards side by side. We'll see what happens. It might be up and down, depends. I did this on mobile, and of course, they weren't side by side. So the card should have a dark background, provide all the HTML, CSS code in a single file. Notice I say that up here, but I had to re-say it so that it knew to create it in a file I could embed. JavaScript should include a way to switch between different weather conditions and demonstrate a function and animation for each. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and hit enter. Maybe I don't know where I am. There we go. Let's see. Maybe, oh, you know what? I probably need to do this again because I saved this so that I wouldn't lose it. There we go. So now it's going to go through. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So now it's going to go through and actually create that content, create the code. Let's hope it works. I love live demos. I'm willing to die on a live demo where I like die on the sword of a live demo. But we'll see what happens. Cool. All right. So we see it. It's doing its magic. Again, I look through and as I see it, I see the sun container. I see a rain container, right? I see some random weather data, how humid it is, the wind conditions. Now it's building out the animations. So this is like clouds for cloudy weather. I saw raindrops. Here's some snowflakes, right? Obviously, this might hurt your eyes to watch. So, but now we're done. But here we go, right? So I've got the rain. Let me scroll down, right? I've got windy. Those are kind of weak clouds, to be honest. Um, and I've got snow. Not awesome. So now, but here's the benefit, right? Is that the hard part is done, right? The organization of the content, the creation of it. Let me say show all. Oh yeah, I gave it that guidance. I'm going to say publish. It's an artifact now. So I'm going to publish and copy the link. And then I'm going to put it in a browser so y'all can see. Oopsie. I didn't do that right. Maybe I did. Let's see. Do. Oh, what? Okay, cool. So this is like, I spend my days doing this. Now, granted, I will be able to fix this in less time it would take me to build the whole thing by myself. So I'm still a fan. But I would go and say, hey, I'll publish this. Okay, I'll be nice. It doesn't, oopsie, seem to load when I launch the artifact. And I don't know if y'all noticed, it looks like the sun card isn't animated. So now it's going to go back and update that code, which you'll see here. So it'll redo that code and hopefully fix it. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's not terrible though, right? It's pretty cool. I know there's a little anticlimactic, like, yeah, oh, it doesn't load on a website. So we'll see if it fixes it. It's gonna fix most problems. Hopefully, let's see. Let's see what happens. There's our ground effects for snow. I mean, so when I did this on my phone, which I wasn't traveling from one place to another. When I did it on my phone, it actually did a great job with the animations. It was snowflakes that looked like snow. It wasn't like little white dots. I'll post the graphics that I got. Actually, I think I recorded a video of it. So I'll post that into school so you all can see what I did on my phone. And oh yeah, that's better, kind of. I see what you did there though. If you're not clear and specific in what you want, you get what you get. But there's rain. That's not terrible. Oh, there's clouds. You shouldn't change that. It was better. Oh, there. Oh, what? That's better. That's much better, I think. Okay, snow. All right, cool. So not terrible, but let's see. The moment of truth. Oh my gosh. If it doesn't work though, I'm not attached to this. So I'm not gonna like keep going. But you'd see what's necessary, right? So allow. Okay, let's go here. Let's close these guys out. Try this. Maybe it's me. All right, I'm gonna try going to a different browser because I am in a weird Arc browser, so I might not have what I'm supposed to have. So I'm gonna open up Chrome and just see if I can, if it may be me on a, because of the client side scripting controls I have. So let's see what happens. Yeah. I'm loading it right now. Hold on. Let's see. If it does work. Yeah, no, it didn't work. So I can figure it out. What'll end up happening is ultimately it's an animation challenge. Solar radar blips. It does 100% on the sun one. But not terrible, right? Like I didn't even try that artifact before. I was just impressed that it did this. Because now I can copy this code and embed it wherever I want. But what I love about artifacts is on occasion, it'll just generate an artifact that you could just grab and you can just embed that artifact right in a website. And that's kind of cool. But that's not what 3.7 is known for. 3.7 is known for building code that works. And according to this preview, it works. Yeah, it's not terrible. And I don't know how many of you have heard me talk about generative AI, but literally that's its job, right? Its job is to generate an outcome where I'm like, well, that's not bad. That's not, it's not perfect, but it's better than I could do in the time it took me to do this. So I win. So yeah, it's not terrible. Oh, yes, exactly. And I actually would ask, I do this, like I said, with the ROI card or the ROI calculator. I just asked it to create it as a embeddable widget that I can put on my website with no code skills. So I literally will tell it, like, the job is that I know what to copy and I paste and it just works. And that is how I got around it. So that's pretty cool. We've seen some advancements. Some of the other things, I'm going to go back to Claude as well. Let's just say, I don't know, interview questions. All right. I'm just going to make this up. It's one of the prompt guides, but I just want to show you something as well that happens that is pretty cool. Enter. Oh my gosh. Why? All right. Enter. It will not let me. All right. Hold on. Control A, Control X. Um, there we go. So what I like about this, I'll show you in a second. So here again, it's going through and generating a bunch of questions for me. It's kind of cool. I like it. But typically what I like about this is that it will tell me, and let me go into ChatGPT now. So you see what it's doing here. ChatGPT has evolved. Let me see if I can find it. I put it at the top for a reason. Oh yeah, here we go. So ChatGPT has evolved. I need help writing a lead magnet for my new course on building, oh no, on agentic AI for beginners. What ideas do you have? And I'm going to swap the model over to, yeah, that's what I want actually. All right, we ready? Let's do this. So you'll notice what it says here is it says reasoned for a couple of seconds and it wasn't very complicated, but now it will tell us how it reasoned. So we have the ability to get transparency. And now granted, this was not a hard question. So it's like, I could just answer it, but in more complex questions around like, give me a philosophy on something or do research for me, that reasoning capability we used to have to extract out through chain of thought prompting. I don't know if y'all remember those days back in 2024. We used to have to actually like consistently ask questions of the model to extract out how it got to its decision. Now that transparency is being exposed in some of these later models, which is pretty cool. So it allows you to figure out like, how did you come up with that? What made you say that? Where did it come from? As you know, you can, down here, we have new options. One is for it to be internet accessible. You know, that's up to you. And then the second thing is deep research. So being able to actually do a little bit more research and engage in researching a topic for you. And what that does is increase the reasoning and logic that it uses to generate the outcomes. So pretty cool stuff. So I just wanted to share with you that. Let me see. I'm going to try and see if I have any long form. I think I just generated this. I feel like I did one yesterday. Maybe it was my deployment lab. I was trying to see if I could expose some of the reasoning logic I did earlier. Nope, I don't see it. Oh well. But definitely go and try it out. Now, the next thing, I don't know how many of you have seen it or have used it, but Sora is one of my favorite places to play around. So you're right now seeing ChatGPT's, or I should say OpenAI's Sora model, which is a video generation model. Now, I do want to mention something that I did a whole series on TikTok. I ended up many of them went viral on how to spot a deep fake. And so if you look at some of these things, the reason I like this is because it gives me practice at spotting deep fakes. Like, what about this would make me realize it's not true? Other than seeing marshmallows move around, obviously, maybe that's not real, or seeing I mean, I love this, like an actual house with balloons based on the Up. Like if you all have seen Up, oh my God, I love that movie. Um, but there are certain characteristics of deep fakes that we still haven't really figured out. And so I'm going to share with them, like, this is an interesting thing. So cute. Oh my gosh, that's adorable. Oh my goodness, I love kitties. Okay, some of these are kind of scary, so that's weird. Gorilla on skateboard. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm just looking for humans. These are humans. All right, I like this. So one thing you'll notice when you're looking, oh my gosh, that's very strange. Very strange. Okay, we're not doing that. Let's see if we can go somewhere where not everything is strange. Okay, that looks good. What? Jelly? I like that. That's cool. Anyway, oh my gosh, insects? Really? No. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me keep going. Let me see here. I feel like the further I go, the stranger things get. So maybe I should stop scrolling. um, but what I like about this and what I noticed in the early sections, so let me go to top rated, and hopefully these won't be crazy or creepy. No, I like these. Okay. Oh yeah, I really like this one. I've seen these before. That's not terrible. Um, I'm trying to find one here. Yes. So what you'll notice in some of these is that the thing that's broken in many of the like realistic human videos is blinking. And it's a subtle thing, but if you look at them, number one, they're short. So the fact that the character doesn't blink might not drive you crazy unless you know that they should be blinking. But even if they do blink, it's often messed up. So if you look at this one, for example, she blinks, but like only one eye and only like halfway. Like it's weird. And this, they don't blink at all. He doesn't even look at the camera when he takes a selfie. So that's something. But like they don't blink at all. I do find with animals, I see blinking more common in lions than I do in humans. Why? Look at the unicorns. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. All right. So something to think about, like how do you make if you're going for a realistic look, these are easy things. Hair is another one, like how hair moves. You'll notice there's not a lot of hair movement. It's one of the hardest things to simulate. So anyway, I just give you some of my tips, but if you want to see my whole series on how to spot a deep fake, there's about 15 characteristics you can look for. Even in the best deep fakes, you can see some of these just things that are just really hard to get right. So I share that with you as well. And again, can you overcome them? Absolutely. It's just by default, if you just ask it to do something and you don't know to correct for these things, just like responsible AI, you're going to need that support. All right, awesome. Now I was going to show one more thing. Oh yeah, Google. So Notebook LM has launched Plus, which allows you to get access to Gemini 2.0 in conjunction with the LM platform. I'll go ahead. I think I already have it open somewhere. Maybe not. Oh yeah, here. Right. So it allows you to build your own research assistant and get you all know your probably favorite Notebook LM feature. I mean, the favorite, the one that got the most play was the ability to create content in the form of podcasts, right? So I don't know what's in here, but if I just go create a new notebook, I now have the ability to upload sources. There's lots of different types of sources. They increase the number of sources all the time. Now you have the ability, of course, to add Google content across your workspace, but Plus offers you the ability to integrate with sources that you own in your own workspace. So Noelle.ai is a Google workspace. AIleadershipinstitute.com is a Microsoft workspace. So I kind of play around with Copilot on Microsoft and Gemini on Google. And this gives me the opportunity to kind of play around with it a little bit more. Let's see. I don't know. Let's go in and grab that wonderful URL from YouTube. Right? It's pretty cool. Okay, grab the URL from YouTube from last night. Let me just go to YouTube and see if it comes up right away. Um, let's see here. It would be in my channel. Actually, it wouldn't be it might be in my channel. Oh, I think I saw it. Back. There I am. What? This is me on my live podcast. So let's pause it. All right, so let's grab this and put this in our handy dandy notebook. Anyone know where that's from? All right, insert. Let's see what happens. Cool. I like it. Baggett and Russell. Dun dun dun. So now in studio, I have the opportunity to build all sorts of stuff: an audio, briefing doc, FAQ, timeline. In this case, it's an audio overview with two hosts. I could customize that if I choose to. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna generate it. I'll of course put this in the school so y'all can listen to it. Oh, it's so awesome, Joe. Like it was funny because I was a right, like that's how we got CBB is I was a huge fan of him and it was awesome. Like come to like let's do it. It was amazing. Amazing. I was like, we're friends. We were definitely fan peopling each other. It was awesome. Yeah, he after the call, he was like, anything you need, let's do it. Let's work together. So cool. But it was really neat. All right, so that's doing its magic. We'll see what happens. But I do like the fact that I now have the ability to pull in things and complement things and generate things, and more importantly, store it in my own workspace. I do always like to remind you all that with this, our settings and our, situation, um, it's really important to kind of take a look at all the things. So the privacy policy, how it collects data, what it's responsible for. I know it's boring, but that's okay because we have large language models to the rescue that you can just put this stuff in a large language model and be like, what should I be worried about? I encourage you to be worried. Like you should do that. Some people don't want to be worried, like you're just like, whatever, it's the world, it's happening. But I think it's important. And the main reason why, and this is actually an exercise that I did between DeepSeek and OpenAI just to understand terms of service. And it was very interesting. I don't know if you've seen this. Let me go over there next while this is happening. Cool. Looks good. I think I already did this. Let me go to the studio. Is doing its thing. All right, we'll come back. Uh-oh. I got distracted. What was I going to show you guys? I forgot. Oh yeah, DeepSeek. Right? So I go to DeepSeek. I'm using this tool. Here is the fascinating truth about DeepSeek's terms of service and privacy policies is they look alarmingly similar to the OpenAI privacy policies of ChatGPT in November 2022, which means that it's not a state of like, I mean, you should be worried. This is not built on sovereign soil, right? If you're not in the US, there's people are worried about all that. But most importantly, it's a sign of evolution. Like a lot of their terms of service and privacy policies are extremely vague. Like, we'll generally not do bad things, but we can't promise kind of things, right? Like, we will do our best. Like, words like that, very loose, vague wording on the intentionality of the privacy policies and enforcement of those policies to protect its users. But ChatGPT was the exact same way when it launched. And to be transparent and candid, so was Alexa. When Alexa first launched, its terms of service was like 3 lines. Like it was very simple. It basically said, we will use your voice to create a better experience for you. I hope that's okay. Say yes here. Check this box. And a bunch of us, millions of people, hundreds of millions of people said yes to that experience. And it was good. It is good. We like it. It still works for me. I use it every day. My dad uses it every day. But I think some of us should know, right? Like, what is the consequence of that? What happens with that? I always say you're one acquisition away from the Death Star when it comes to your data. So, where are you putting your data? How are they going to take care of it? If they're vague, maybe be careful. It doesn't mean you don't use it if you want to use it. It just means be careful about the use cases, the types of things you ask it for, the types of things you feed it. But what I will tell you is that AI, machine learning, algorithmic engineering, what it is great at is pattern recognition. So even if you never say a thing, if you do something often enough, a pattern can be recognized in the way that you think, what you do. It can be extrapolated from those patterns, what kind of money you make, how much, what kind of house you have. Like all of these things can be connected to the patterns in which you communicate to an AI machine. Call it AGI if you want to. But it's because we now have billions of people using AI models, and all of that data we can now look at and go, oh, it turns out the people who do this way, they also have these types of jobs and they do this and have these types of families and struggle with these types of personality issues. Like it is extremely interesting slash scary at what AI knows about us. So in the last couple minutes before I open it for Q&A, and if you have questions about any of this or want to comment, please throw your Q&A or question or comment in the chat, or let me know by raising your hand. We'll go through that. But the last thing I'll leave with you is a challenge, a encouraging moment that you may have. If you've been using a specific model for a very long time, for a year or more, even if you haven't, it might be a good exercise, but this is exceptionally good in a model that you've been using a year or more. I would encourage you to go to that model and ask that model what it thinks of you. What do you think of me? What do you think my core values are? What do you think my mission statement should be? Don't give it any promise. Just say, based on what you know about me, based on the memories you've preserved on ChatGPT, based on the conversations I've had in Claude, like, what do you think I care about? And just see and it might surprise you. I'd love to hear what you all find out. I won't ask you to post it in the community because some of you might be like, wow, that's deep. But I would encourage you to take that challenge and do that. Now, in the I Love AI community, I posted today something I also want to encourage you to do. We have 3 new ways to engage in the community when you post. One of them is a question. So if you have a question, I want you to tag it a certain way so it surfaces up. We have so many people and lots of comments and content. So if you have a question, actually, let me go pull that up right now so I can share with you what I did. I think I tagged it. Oh yeah, wondering what to post. Here it is. Let me make it a little bit bigger, right? So type in #ask if you're asking a question. That'll just help us surface those questions a little bit better. #win if you did something cool and you want us to know. Again, this will help me find it and bubble it. I'd love to pin it so that people in the community can see it, and it'll be inspiring. And then an aha moment, just #aha. This will give you the ability to write something where you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it did this. And it might not be a win. It might not be tied to an outcome you're trying to get. It just might be a cool realization you had with the model. So start using these hashtags just to help us surface like really cool stuff that I can then pin and help everyone see it. We're all on the same journey. I do always want to encourage you that if you love being in this community and you like joining our calls and you haven't yet, found a reason to join us in the I Love AI or in the AI Leadership Institute community, I invite you to look at it. I'll share with you what that is right now. But you can get there from the I Love AI community. It's the first link right here. If you click on that, it'll take you to the AI Leadership Institute. And inside this, the main reason for this institute is hands-on learning. So many of the people that are members in this community, and we'll change it eventually, but today, you get access to my tenant on Microsoft. You get access to my subscriptions for Chatbot Builder. You get access to my own AI leadership lab that I built with 15 models in it. Like, I give that to you as part of your subscription so that you can not have the excuse that you don't have access to these tools. So if you're looking for a way to learn, this is the best way to do it. I'll show you some of the cool features. Of course, we are launching new certifications this year. Some of them are from last year, but we're rebuilding some of them. Responsible AI Leader, AI Agent Accelerator has an AI Agent Builder certification, AI Solutions Architect, how to blend sales and technology together to be a great architect for your customers. Of course, our weekly Q&A calls, but most importantly, you get access to a Chatbot Builder license that you can use. You can't commercialize on it. Like you can't make money from it, but you can use it indefinitely. It's yours as long as you're a member. And it comes with 3 million tokens on ChatGPT. That's a lot. I don't know if you know, but almost always when I first started using Chat and I didn't buy the upgrade, I would hit those token limits all the time. So that's why I made it part of this program. Right now, you can actually join for 7 days, see if you like it. It's free for 7 days. Just if you don't like it, I'm not looking for people who don't actually want to do what we're trying to do in here. But I will tell you, last week, 8 of the members of the community were all working together to launch a new course on Maven, and it's a monetized opportunity. 3 of us are writing a book with Pact on building OpenAI custom GPTs. We have new opportunities all the time to work together and actually build something meaningful. And those opportunities are reserved for our AI leadership members and those who are investing in their future by learning this technology and building fingers on a keyboard kind of stuff. So if you're a doer, not just a talker, if you want to actually build with us, please consider joining. Like I said, you get 7 days to try it out. If you love it, you can stay. If you don't, you can leave. No harm done. You'll always be a member of I Love AI, but I always want to make sure that you know that this is something available to you. And the thing we're doing next week, next Thursday, we have a 2-hour live learning lab on how to use Power Builder's AI Builder tool to generate and deploy an AI model. So we'll be building an AI model and deploying it next Thursday night from 8 o'clock to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you have to be in the community to do it. But it's Friday. Not that I'm trying to like have you come steal a class, but it's Friday. So if you sign up today, you can just come and see what live learning looks like with us. Come do it for free. And if you don't love it, you can cancel your subscription that day and be on your merry way and see us on Friday for the I Love AI community. So hope you love it. Join us today. Yes, the Speak to Scale course. Thank you, Monique. Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. So Speak to Scale is also going live. I actually got asked to deploy it on Maven. So I built it on Maven. I'm still working on building it out, but absolutely that is a March timeframe. We are doing it. And maybe Monique, I might partner with you a little bit. Let me contact you. Maybe we could do it together. Maybe that'd be awesome. You would be a perfect partner to work on it with. But yes, that'd be awesome. So March is Speak to Scale. I will have more details on that soon, but I absolutely love it. Yeah, I think it would be awesome. Really great collaboration. And that's what I like to do. I like to find people, like we're all on the same path. If we can partner and I can help, like, do something together that elevates all of us, like let's do that. Really passionate about it. So thanks for listening today. Thanks for joining this session. I don't see, I answered some of the questions as we went along the way. I tried to keep an eye on the chat. Yeah, exactly. Nan was saying, yeah, all AI chatbots speak like me. Yo, it's true. Yeah, they're all people pleasers. Oh my gosh, that's a good point. So recently I was building a bot for a client, a marketing service. So I have a program now called the Agentic AI Accelerator, and it's specifically for companies that want to generate more leads. And I use AI to help them with their lead gen, both with a AI agent that sits on their website, AI agent builder, bot builder, right? One that sits on their website, but also one that turns comments into leads, into sales. And so if somebody comments on a post, an AI bot will listen to that comment and walk them through a scripted like message system that will allow them to then say, would you like to buy this thing? And it easily generates, 10x returns for these companies. But I asked it to do something. I asked this machine, do this thing, and it did not do what I asked. And it actually made something up. It hallucinated. And so I asked them, like, why did you do that? And it said, well, because if I did it this way, it would have hurt your feelings. I didn't want to hurt your feelings. That's what it said. Like, what do you mean you don't want to hurt my feelings? Like, lying hurts my feelings. So anyway, I ended up correcting the model and giving it some guidance. But to your point, these models are people pleasers. They will do whatever it takes to make you have a positive, like reflective reaction to the content they build, but they in no way know or understand the concept of truth or accuracy, justice, diversity, inclusion, humanity. Like any important thing to us as humans, it is vaguely aware of. And so it's our job to really hold the bar of what that looks like for these systems and encourage it to deliver results that model those types of behaviors. So Yeah, exactly, right? Oh my gosh, Monique, 100%. All right, awesome. Well, it's been amazing. Thanks for hanging out with me 6 more minutes. Definitely join us next week. We are here every Friday, 4 o'clock, unless something crazy happens. But every Friday, I think we've missed, I don't know, 3 in 2 years. But every Friday, we are here for you to answer questions about how you're using AI. I encourage you today to go out and actually build something. Find a tool, learn it. Any of the ones I talked about. Hey Gen is fun too. They've just launched a bunch of new features. So pick a tool and use it, and then publish what you did inside the community, and we'll have some fun. Like I said, tell your friends we're here in the I Love AI community. Encourage them to join us. It's really fun. We are about to hit 1,400 users, and we'd love to welcome anyone in if they're looking to learn and want a safe space to ask questions and get answers. This is the place to be. Please feel free to share it with everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. Thanks, everybody. And I will see you next week. Talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks, everybody. Thank you. Oh, someone has their hand raised. Who is that? Zoom user. Who are you? Did I think I just saw it go up. I hope so. All right. You're still there, but I'm here if you need something. Oh, maybe that was Afwa. Hello? Oh, oh, you can't talk. Um, oh, good. Okay, Afwa, I will ping you. Actually, go to the link I sent you a while ago and click on that. You know what I'm saying? Like the one in the email that I sent you earlier today, the Google Meet. Okay, I'll see you there. All right, bye.